American for Wisconsin's Barry Davis, and it's the redshirt freshman Evan Wick rolling his opponent over, giving the fall and giving the beloved Wisconsin coach a farewell song here in Cleveland.
Kudos to Evan Wick for giving this great man an opportunity to go out as a winner. The crowd very appreciative of Barry's enthusiasm. He gives the crowd one more fist pump. Who can't like Barry Davis?
Let's check in with the Badgers. Quint standing by with the All-American.
Well, I'm with Evan now as the rock star down here suddenly. What was your reaction to the pin? I was surprised. I mean, it was a good first period. We had some good exchanges. I got to his leg a couple times, and he scored on me twice. I mean, I knew he was a tough competitor. I've watched him ever since I was a freshman in high school. My high school coach used to make me sit down and watch Chance Marsteller videos. So, it's hard to overcome that. But I knew I could lock up that cradle. And you had an unselfish response. So you went over to the corner and you lifted Coach up into the air, as if to thank him. What was going through your mind? I think it's just
sorry guys.
It's an opportunity to be, the last wrestler.
I only record what
Coach Barry. I love him so much. He's
YouTube,
got an incredible passion for the sport.
Or, ESPN.
He's very innovative, and a lot of the stuff that I'm doing out there, I wouldn't be able to do without Coach Barry. So I love him, and I wish him the best, and we'll always be in contact.
Look at, I guess,
he told me earlier today that recently you guys went for a drive, and you just talked some things over.
But it's a cool channel. Her name
what
is
impact did that
Nancy
have?
Hogan, or
I
think she has
basically,
it. Pretty cool. But
talking about parting ways and the leadership role that I'm going to have to step into. But he told me
that match wasn't
he loves me and he'll always be there for me, and I appreciate that because I think I'm going to need him for sure. Congratulations! A great exclamation point for Coach Davis, who's down here. Coach, first of all, what was your reaction to the pin?
It's great. You always got to the corner. What to do here? You know what? It's just stay top. Stay top, stay behind the arms. And Rick Weiss goes, Coach, are you nervous? I said, I'm nervous to get the cradle. I said, I'm not nervous no more.
Evan lifted you into the air, and then all 25,000 people in this arena came to their feet to thank you. What kind of feelings are in your heart right now?
Mixed feelings. So it's been a good ride. You guys are doing great, too. I appreciate it.
You've been always great with us, Coach. You've been a tremendous ambassador. You've always put the best foot forward for the sport. So we appreciate it at ESPN. I want you to know that.
Well, thank you very much. You guys do a great job. You go our sport to a whole different level. You know a lot ESPN. I think the fans know that, and we know that as well, too. So you guys, we just love you guys very much. Thank you.
We hope to see you in the corner, Coach.
I'll be back. Trust me, I'll be back somewhere. I'm not going to be gone long for sure. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Guys.
What a great story. He's coached 27 All-Americans, 3 NCAA champions. He was the National Coach of the Year in 2010 after Wisconsin posted a program-best 4th-place finish at the NCAA's. Jim, I know you've known Barry a long time.
I've known Barry since he's been in high school.
Yeah.
Right? He was winning state championships in Cedar Rapids Prairie, and that's the same person that we first met. That he's that enthusiasm for the sport, enthusiasm for people. Got his priorities in the right spot. You tell the affection that he has for his athletes and his athletes have for him. Great story in our sport.
What has made him so special and successful?
Well, as a competitor, he was just relentless. He had the single leg attack. He was just out there, and he would just go hard, and he would his will. As far as his tack rate, he would finally get guys that they would give it up. I mean, he and Kevin Darkus had some huge battles. Both of them were world silver medalists. He also competed against Joe McFarland, who was a world silver medalist. So he didn't do it at a time. Randy Willingham, others, he didn't do it at a time where there weren't guys that weren't some of the best in the world. But he was able to transfer that enthusiasm, and then over a lifetime of coaching, transfer that wisdom to his athletes.
Just a few moments ago, we talked about the surgence of the ACC, and here comes the number 2 seed McFadden for the Hokies.
Yeah, defensive ball on this Bladel here. This is really going for it, McFadden. You can see where the quick call, he just did it right in front of the official. No question about the call there. Catches Alex Mirinelli. Wow.
What a feeling that must be for McFadden. He had to sit out all of last year. He tore his ACL at the championships a couple of years ago. Missed all of last season. He was hungry coming into this year, and he's an All-American, placing 5th for Vatech. Miles, Amine, Michigan. Lewis in Missouri just getting started the battle for 3rd at 174. Bo Jordan just a few moments ago for Ohio State. He picks up a win by forfeit.
So that's collecting an extra couple of team points. So there's 3 additional points for the Buckeyes. Again, it's just so important to go out there and post a score. You never know what's going to happen in the finals. You just do the best you can, and you see that as guys get to the end of the line here, they're not able to go ahead and compete. And Ohio State this time was the beneficiary of that, and collect an extra couple of points. So I've been impressed with Miles Amine in this tournament. This is 5 seed now, wrestling for 3rd and 4th. The job that he did against Zahid Valencia kind of proved himself that he was capable of wrestling at this level. I mean, that's a coin flip between he and Mark Hall, the number 1 and 2 seeds, but Miles has been very good. Daniel Lewis, representing the Mizzou Tigers, the job that Brian Smith has done in changing the culture of that program. Go 30 years ago, you never would have dreamed that this would be a nationally competitive program the way it has been. They were currently the doormat of the Big 8 back then, the Big 12, and Brian has really changed. It wasn't like they were capable of it. The administration showed up too and started making a commitment to wrestling there, but it's been rewarded, particularly when the Nationals are in St. Louis as often as they are. The Tigers show up strong.
Yeah, they become the bullies of the MAC, coming off another MAC championship. Their 6th straight MAC title. They dominated the field, 177 points. They crowned 7 champions. The rest of the MAC having a tough time keeping up with Mizzou. Here's a shot by Lewis.
Chopped in on the leg there. He's able to go ahead and collect that bottom leg, and now he's going to try to free the leg, clear his head off. See that right hand pushing out against the knee. Should be able to collect the 2, but Amine still fighting, trying to work that whizzer, rolling his hips back up in good position. Can't believe how flexible these guys are nowadays. Steps all the way around, and this is an advantage for Amine. Lewis really not known for going for it. He's really methodical. He is really tough at the top position. Both these guys are.
Let's go to our 2 box. Jacoby Smith of Oklahoma State and Kocer of South Dakota State. They are scoreless after the first period. Jackrabbits have had a good season, really back-to-back strong years for South Dakota State in the Big 12.
Well, Chris Bono and John Reeder, a couple of Iowa State national champions that have gotten together and done a pretty good job. They've got, not just having a good team, but they've established a fan base there in Brookings, and that's got enthusiasm. These guys are wrestling in front of packed gyms, and adding South Dakota State to the Big 12 mix has been really good, and I think they've been good for the conference and will continue to be, and they've got an opportunity later today to maybe crown their first national champion in Seth Gross, but now they're starting to get All-Americans. They had guys like Cody Pack that, were kind of heartbreak stories for a while, not placing, but they gradually stepped up the game, and I think that just comes from the top here. Chris Bono, just a confident guy, exudes that confidence, and they train very hard. Those guys from South Dakota State work hard.
Jack sending a program high 7 NCAA qualifiers to Cleveland. 2nd straight year they took 3rd at the Big 12s in their 3rd season as an affiliate member. The Big 12 seen some change in 2018 with the addition of Fresno State and UNI. Fresno State back in the wrestling game, if you will, for the first time in 11 years.
And that's one of the neatest things that's happened here recently in college wrestling is adding the D1 program, in California. There are 700 high schools that have wrestling, and there's only one state champion. To be able to hold some of that talent, that has gone all across the country, to have some of those guys be able to compete in the Valley, it's pretty important. And, you got That was a very competitive program. Coach Toledo, nice job there. Always had some good individual champions. Abbas family, Zinkins. So they've made a commitment to bringing wrestling back to Fresno. It's a positive development in our sport.
David Kocer of South Dakota State, trailing by a point. Second period winding down, and we'll go to the third. Kobe Smith leading by 1. Smith was a 2-time junior college champion, 174 in 2015 and 2016, while wrestling for Northeast Oklahoma A&M. At 76-6 in his 2 years, and now has found a home in his junior season at Stillwater.
Gives up a quick reversal there by Kocer, so now ties the score up 3-3 with that quick escape. Actually, Smith up 4-2. So,
Miles Amine unable to get any type of riding as the quick escape by Lewis, and a 1-0 lead for Missouri, plus Lewis has close to 2 minutes of riding time. Daniel Lewis, a 3-time MAC champion, becoming just the 6th Tiger to win 3 conference titles. He's a pinner. Led the team in falls this year, the redshirt junior from Blue Springs, Missouri. Big move type of guy. Good scramble on the right with Kocer and Smith.
Yeah, you can see that usually the guy that keeps his head up all the way through the scramble, and you see that sometimes if you go, right now that advantage is for Kocer. If he can free his ankles up, he'll get the points. The referee gives him the 2. And Amine is in on the shot, and he's trying to do the same thing, basically. Clear himself out, keep his head up, right? See the danger call there. Boy, it's almost like hyperextending that left knee of Lewis. A lot of strength there. See where Amine is still trying to turn. And the danger situation as well as getting the count.
That danger zone was a new rule this year for college wrestling. And Amine gets the 2.
It's amazing, Sean, how that I didn't have a lot of hope for it in the beginning. You know, boy, that's really going to be complicated. But what it's done is that the wrestlers are just either improve or give it up. You know, and I think that's been, you know, it's added more scoring. And
with this danger zone, it's talking about the neutral position. Anytime a wrestler exposes their shoulders to the mat at any angle less than 90 degrees, it utilizes the near fall criteria, but replaces really in essence the 45 degrees with the 90, and it forces action.
Yeah, great tournament by Miles Amine. Kocer gets the win as well with that weight class for 7th. I think, you know, it's his dad finished. Actually, during overtime, because the riding that they had.
Shot by Amine. Yeah. Sudden victory, yeah. And he will get the 2.
I spoke too soon, but Amine with that takedown there, nice job of going after it early in the clock, not waiting in sudden victory to go to the end. Fantastic tournament for Amine, and he's an All-American here for the 2nd time.
It's quite a team race for that number 4 spot. Michigan and North Carolina State, each with a couple of finalists tonight. Wolverines lead by 3 at the present moment. Here's your All-Americans at 174. Amine, Lewis, Jordan Cutler, Kocer of South Dakota State, and Jacoby Smith in his first year with the Cowboys. He is an All-American in the number 8 spot. Zahid Valencia, a near miss in 2017. Boy, he's looked good the last couple of days, but he has to knock off a defending champion. Can Penn State keep it rolling with the 2 seed, Mark Holt?